He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both them Peckerwoods. These are kind of Peckerwoods. I say this would make me feel good about standing over a white man and watch him die.
Oh.
See, I got something nobody has what it feel like to watch a white man die.
What up, man? It's your boy Donye BC2. Charleston White is back at it, man. But he has switched sides with this Karmelo Anthony case. We're going to dive deeper into it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let's play the vid.
I want to take the time to apologize to Karmelo Anthony's family. Man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, he was just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I'm taking a knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. Mm. These two white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who he big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side. One of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just coming and getting the light.
This is some new information in terms of coming from Charleston White, because Charleston White was definitely against this Karmelo Anthony situation because he, like he said, was thought that Karmelo brought a knife to school. And so he was he was on the other fence. Now he's saying he talked to the dad directly and he got new information and he's saying that he's on Karmelo's side now.
He's coming getting the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. They no, because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker. He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both them Peckerwoods with a that's minding his motherfucking business, that don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they're trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker.
Okay, so basically, it's like Charleston White saying that this kid was basically under attack. This kid had no options. He was covered on both sides, and he was scared. So he had to do what he had to do. That is what Charleston White's for, and that's what he said he's the side that he's standing on now. And as we know, this is a huge case, but it's not looking good right now for Karmelo Anthony. They said he's been acquitted, but if this is the story, I mean, it sounds like the kid was just protecting himself. If you want to be real, if we find out that these gentlemen walked up to him, surrounded him, he didn't even know these guys, and he felt threatened because he's like, yo, who are these big motherfuckers around me? That's self-defense.
Self-defense. And the reason I say that is anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Fields is, Sarah Fields, you a rotten motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time. It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Karmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move. All those lies made up Homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they hadn't even got, they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to smear campaign, but that's what the cracker do. Boy, I wish I could go back to when I was seeing the type of shit. Boy, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go get the cracker shit. But homie, I wish I ain't got that spirit no more. So I'm saying.
So that's how Charleston White started out. And he talks about it a lot, how he started out as an activist. He started out, he said, like, basically a crash out. He'll go down to these courthouses. He'll go down. He'll fight the cops. He'll say whatever. He'll go on Facebook ranting about how white people this, white people that. So he's saying, listen, y'all lucky I ain't back on that type time or it'll be bad. But this is sad. If this is really the case, and that is true, usually on big cases like this, we get video evidence. On social media, it gets blasted out. Something gets leaked. And we would see things. Have many people really seen the true footage of this? And he's saying that you got to go down to the school to access it. And why is that? I'm saying in any other case, we would see something. We seen people get murdered all the time on Twitter and things of that nature with the highest people. I'm talking about Nipsey Hussle. We're talking about YFN Lucci's man getting killed. Like when it's somebody pretty successful and known, we're getting footage of this. So this case is huge. Mainstream. Why did we not see nothing?
Why black people ain't rallying around this family as they tried to rally around in the beginning? They are threatening this family. Homie, they keep having to move.
But how do you don't just lose the spirit, bro? It's either you got it or you don't.
No, you do lose it. You do lose it.
So you sold out.
No. You lose it. Everybody loses. Malcolm lost it, homie. When Elijah,
like what you told me a year ago, you said that losing touch with reality.
You lose the spirit, homie. You lose once you lose the spirit of the things you once loved. Football players, artists. Dave Chappelle lost the spirit, went to Africa, man, fuck that. You lose the spirit because you fight for a group of people that you shouldn't really be fighting for. Who want to make the sacrifice for black people? After you done seen what done happened, after you make the sacrifice. You done lost King. My nigga, look at us. Who want to make the sacrifice trying to save these people? Nobody, homie. Because you have to fight these people to try to help these people. So they're going to put out your spirit. If you're not going to God daily, and I ain't going to, once I got money, I'm going to be with a hoe. God. I catch God on the deathbed. Right now, live and breathing in a vibrant, thumping hip game, I'm with hoes. God. You get to God in the back end of life like everybody else. But don't nobody want to have to be committed and dedicated to a cause that seems hopeless. Every day, this seems hopeless. You don't think you lose hope? Like he.
Okay, so I'm understanding what he's saying, and it's tough. I mean, definitely, I feel like black activism, it did calm down in terms of, we know a couple people that are like really famous, like the Dr. Umar Johnsons, the Tariq Nasheeds, and that it's calming down in terms of, we're not seeing that as much blasted on social media, that being like the big trendy thing. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. To fight for an entire group, and when you look at the group, we are so divided. We're so broken in a sense that it's like, yes, we need somebody to stand up and try to help us out and things of that nature. But I'm gonna be honest, when you try to help certain groups out, you can't save everybody. You can't save everybody. And me getting older and maturing and things of that nature is what I had to come to realize, is you can only help those that want to be helped, but also put in the work to be helped. You know what I mean? Like, they got to do the work themselves. So I'm not going to the hood and preaching to everybody in the hood. I'm not doing that. And I learned better. I'm going to take certain individuals that's in the hood that are trying to get out that situation, trying to better themselves, that just don't have that information. And I'm going to work with those people that truly want to do that. But as soon as you show me signs that you're not trying to get better or get on the program, I'm done with you. That's a waste of time. And so I think a lot of people are starting to feel that way. It's like, yo, we're talking to people with deaf ears. Some people are just evil. I'm going to be honest with you.
You grow up in conditions that don't change. You don't think you're going to lose hope on? You fighting every day? Yeah, you lose the spirit. And you find something else to do with a new spirit where you can enjoy life.
How'd you meet his dad?
Huh?
You met his real dad?
I met his real
Karmelo
dad.
Anthony.
Because the things I said about his son.
They reached out?
Yeah, he agreed with it. If his son was innocent, if his son was guilty. He said he got other kids. And homie, he done worked hard to get to where he at. He not for to put this kind of time and attention beside a son who wrong. I looked the father in the eye when he said that.
That is deep. That is deep. He's saying a father reached out to him and said that he would agree with Charleston White if his son really wasn't innocent. He's saying if his son truly did the things, brought the knife, stabbed people just like, you know what I mean, out of anger or things of that nature, he said he'll be for Charleston White. He'll say his son was in the wrong. But he said that's not the case. And that he's going to reach out to Charleston White and tell him that's not the case. I raised a good son. I did my duty. So now it's my chance to stick by him because he's in the right. Like, that's so deep because he's taken, the father is taking a sense of, first off, he's mature enough to reach out to Charleston White, even though Charleston White was on the media basically saying his son was in the wrong and talking bad about his son. And most people with no level head who are emotional as mess nowadays will just crash out on Charleston White and talk all this bad stuff. But his father reached out to him like, listen, probably understood he has a huge platform, probably understood that Charleston White is reasonable sometimes. Like a lot of times, like if you want to be real, when he gets to it, like being real, because he knows a lot of stuff is gimmicks. He catches the algorithm. He's very controversial. But when Charleston White talks real and really sits down and breaks down the game, he's a smart individual. He knows what he's talking about. So I definitely believe they had a reasonable and level-headed conversation. And shout out to the dad, man. He sounds very mature.
Homie, why would you come meet with me? All the things I'm advocating for your son to go to jail.
What I say?
For a long time. I'm with that family. The spirit I heard in him, I brought him to my home. I gave him my address. Don't know what I'm doing. But wrong. I don't want to be wrong and act like I'm right. Did your son take that knife to school? Nah. Mr. Charleston. It's a grown man, homie. He said, man, I done the research on you. I looked into what you do. If my son get out of this, man, I want my son to work with your youth campaign. I mean, my son didn't do this. I got other kids to raise. I'm not for to put, and he really done it. He said he didn't do it, man. It's more things that I can't say. Just go clear this kid. But just the video alone, homie. I said, that's why the media outlets ain't saying nothing about the video. That's why all the media outlets is trying to keep us focused on the campaign, on the GoFundMe, and these people can't even touch the GoFundMe. The lawyers is overcharging him because they're looking at the GoFundMe numbers. So everybody is praying on this family. Ain't nobody praying with the family. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson spoke with the father and gave them comfort. Shout out to Dr. Umar. I spoke with the dad today. His dad want me to come see the video. I gotta go see it. They don't want you to. So the father and this Sarah Fields white lady, they some racist peckerwoods. These are kind of peckerwoods. I say this would make me feel good by standing over a white man and watch him die.
Oh.
See, I got something nobody has what it feel like to watch a white man die. That's in my heart and that's in my mind. Whenever I get mad at white people, nigga, I go in that heart and that mind and I pull my victim's face up when he was dying and how we laughed at that white man. We thought it was funny. I felt like we've done something good. We killed the white man. All that felt good, man.
Now that's tough. That's tough. And I'll say here, listen, everybody has their perspective. Now, in terms of he's hurt. I ain't gonna lie, I would be hurt too. If I was on social media talking bad about somebody and come to find out, I look his father in his eyes, I hear the story, he's inviting me to come look at the footage. And like I would feel crazy. I would feel like, dang, but I'm sorry. Like that's what I'm saying. People jump the gun on a lot of stuff. And if this, like I said, if this comes out to be true and the evidence is shown and things of that nature, like we need justice to be served. We definitely need justice to be served. He's saying they're trying to sabotage all this, freeze the GoFundMe account, try to overcharge you for lawyers, things of that nature. Definitely, listen. I think everybody should have a fair chance. And I'm for Karmelo Anthony's camp, man. I'm backing it. We need some proof. We need some evidence. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So I hope whatever Charleston White is saying, if it's true, I hope things definitely get handled the right way.
When you don't know no better. When you don't know no better. As you get older, you start to develop your mind and your heart starts to change. You start having remorse. And boy, that face starts to be a nightmare when you see it. When you get mad, it don't.
He's hurt.
White people make me mad. That's my comfort. They can put me in jail and they can comfort myself with the fact I know what a white boy look like to die. So that as Sarah Field and that Karmelo Anthony father, he should have killed both your sons. He should have stabbed that other motherfucker too. But he ain't no killer. He ain't got that in him. He did it out of fear.
Yeah, that's a big thing on social media. This is gonna be as big as I'm probably
the OJ trial.
Yeah, Zimmerman.
Let's go to war. Let's have some that's willing to go wherever we go and punch on white folks. Let's see if they really hateful. Let's see if we really hateful. Let's have a riot. Let's have a riot.
I ain't gonna lie. For the Karmelo Anthony side, y'all got Charleston White now on y'all side. I ain't gonna lie, that's an impact. That's a big impact. Because listen, when it comes to debating, when it comes to sitting down, stirring some stuff, having Charleston White on your side is definitely something that you want. But this is, like I said, I think this is going to be a huge case because they did turn it into a race issue. And it always ends up like that. When it comes to black people versus white people and incidents like this, it's going to be race. And so if, like I said, things start to get stirred up again, emotions start getting involved, this will be one of the biggest cases ever.
Race riot. If we really that imperative about a kid's dispute, it ain't the kids that's saying we hate, it's the adults. It ain't the kids online taking sides. You know why? Because the kids know that white boy is wrong. And their parents is telling them to be quiet. Because white people cover up one another's wrongs. Black people don't.
Yeah, I even feel the animosity. Like when that happened, I had took my daughter to the park. I was feeling the animosity with other white parents.
Well, that's why when I go around white people, you know what I do? I take my drawers off and show the white boy I got a big dick and be grabbing that print around his women and his kids. You hear me? Be grabbing, letting that dick down, letting that head bounce like that. Yeah, that's how I feel. I bring a big dick around white boy. That's why they used to hang him. That's why white folks hated black men, because his dick was big. His athletic skills and physical abilities superseded his like a god. But he used to watch that woman's eye when he said, I want that nigga. And look over there at Miss Sally, and Miss Sally got a gleam in her eye, looking at that nigga lying this white, them all ladies white. Man, you hear me? So that's what that white boy mad at us about. He'll damn near kill us going to go get that law. Get that. Listen, the white man is so obsessed with a black man's dick, he made his missiles to look like one. All his torpedoes and missiles he bombed the world with come from this structure right there.
Yo, he said they made a torpedo shaped as a black man's. Oh, he is crazy. Yo, he is crazy.
And if you think I'm bullshitting, that's why every nigga home, they would castrate him.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. They definitely would castrate these black men.
Every nigga they home, they pull his pants down, cut his dick off. Every nigga. Sometimes put in his mouth because that's his disdain for us. He know what it do to his woman and his daughter, and he hate us for it. And we ain't all of them. He know every man. So that's why they acting like that. And this was a good kid, homie. This is the kid we should lay our life down for. This Karmelo Anthony kid, nigga, I can say when I'm wrong. I was wrong. This is the kid where at least 50 black men should be willing to die, kill, or go to jail behind.
They said Karmelo Anthony, they said he was a good kid. They said in terms of, if you really look at his resume and his track record, he was a good kid. He played sports. He had good grades. He got awards. Like, this was a kid that there was no, like, past history of no violence or anything that, like, stood out or anything like that. Like, no. Like, this is a situation where, like, this was out of the blue and nobody would expect it. They said he was, like, one of the top people in his grade in terms of just also popularity. Like, let's be real. When you are popular in school too, like, if I'm a popular kid who already is liked and people know me, why the hell would I crash out randomly on a track and field? Like, why would I do that?
And I sign up with it.
So are you pro-black?
I ain't pro nothing. I'm pro-right. I'm pro
Because
nothing.
sometimes you stand with black people and then
I don't stand with black people. I stand with black people who think like me. I don't stand with black people. Black people don't stand with nobody. They celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I'm gonna stand with them for, nigga. They celebrate Valentine's Day, Irish Day. Go drink with the Irish people. I don't stand with nothing but for what's right. And I'm saying white people is wrong in this instance. You hardly, I'm saying white people is wrong. So is black people, but white people is mostly wrong because they really know the truth. They really know the truth, homie. That father is acting like he was in his kid's life. The mother don't even like that father. He's the one stirring up everything, not the mother. She know he.
The father, like I said, when he walked in there just to stand there and watch like them protests and things of that nature, I felt that was just, it was weird. Like, who makes a move like that? And like I said, I haven't heard nothing from the mother, like seen the mother that much. So I agree. This father, I think he is a big problem. I think he's the one who definitely is trying to make this into like trying to switch the narratives, make this real like emotional and make you choose sides, because that move he pulling up to that location where all the black people were for Karmelo Anthony, I think he knew it was going to draw this big attention because he knew he was going to have to get removed. He knew they was going to kick him out. And so he literally drew that up in his mind and said, you know what? If they end up kicking me out, oh, this is going to make people in my community basically crash out in a sense and say, look at that. Oh, they're treating him that way. Oh, why can't he not be there? It was his son that died. And they knew it was going to stir this big mess. So I think the dad is definitely, he's in there trying to manipulate, trying to figure out how he can wiggle himself in here. And hey, man, it's this whole thing in itself is just, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I think Charleston White definitely made some good points. He brought up some information that a lot of people needed and also wanted to hear. The fact that he talked to the father directly, I think, is also huge. So he's not just saying this out of his own mouth. This is also from a source that literally is as close as you can be to this case. And so let's see if he talks about anything else.
Wrong. The father is trying to get it because he wants the limelight. He wasn't there. He didn't raise him. It's the deadbeat dad coming along because he finally get the limelight. But the son broke his arm too. Big old strong white boy. Violent, aggressive white boy. Big. And
the son broke the father's arm. Yeah, that is crazy.
Stature. And you have to stab him or shoot him. He gonna hurt you. And he possibly was on steroids. And he was full of drugs.
I want to say this too.
He was full of drugs. That's what they keep leaving.
Did they play football?
He was full of drugs. The white guy was full of drugs. Candace Owens. Where you at? Where's the documentary? When George Floyd is full of drugs and everybody want to blame George Floyd, saying George Floyd's the problem, when we all seen his knee get on his neck for like 2 minutes, and Candace Owens want to come out with this big documentary and everybody's want to talk about drugs. If this is the case and this white guy was full of drugs, I need documentaries. I need an outrage. I need Candace Owens to come up to the front of the congregation because I guess she's the big advocate for the drugs being in systems during crime. So hopefully hopefully she hears this information and does something.
He did, yeah.
I wanted to say this too publicly. Tamir Rice's mom reached out to us. She wants to do an interview. And, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Charleston White, like I said, he's always gonna find his way in the algorithm, in the news. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you stayed to the end. And yeah, go look up this case more. Please, yeah, I mean, show support on social media and things of that nature too to Karmelo Anthony and his family. And hopefully justice is served, man. Hopefully justice is served. But we got Charleston White back on his side, which is always good news. And I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Y'all take it easy. Peace.